Kieran, did you think you were going to win that game after Wolves equalised?
No, I think we faced some difficult momentum after the equalised. I thought up until that point, I thought we had a better team. I thought we'd handled the game really, really well. Even in the second half, to be honest, I thought we had the game under really good control. We spoke about it during the week about how we try and manage 1-0 leads, and we felt like we needed to be more proactive with the ball and do everything we can to try and get the second goal. And to be honest, I thought in the second half we'd done that. We just didn't execute well in the big moments that we had to go and get the second goal. But the goal comes against the run of play, and then it's football. Away from home, everything flips. They have the momentum. They're bringing on really good substitutes, and we had to hang in for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, make some big saves, some big blocks. But I will say, I think the 6 or 7 minutes probably before the goal, I think we went again. I think, the subs came on, give us good impetus. Jack Clark had a couple of good runs, Ali had a couple of good runs, and the players weren't at that point settling for the point. Once we got through that really tough spell, we were pushing for the winning goal, and a brilliant way to get it.
Yeah, Kieran, you made changes in the last few minutes when it was 1-1. When you settled for a point then? Because my reading was like you don't want what happened against Bournemouth to happen again, but you ended up winning it. So maybe you were being a bit more positive than I kind of gave you credit for.
Look, there's a balance to be had. We try and keep, and we tried to keep enough goals on the pitch to still have a chance. So, we tried to keep Omari on the pitch to give us the threat going the other direction. Ali and Jack Clark were giving us a threat and trying to carry it forward. So it's a balance to be had. You can't be silly in those moments. The momentum was against us, but we had enough attackers on the pitch, and we believed, that apart from the spell that they had the momentum after the goal, that we were able to play through them, and we were getting them some good joy. So I think we did push for the last few minutes of the game. We had one or two other moments, and I think the main thing is the belief on the pitch, and I think the belief on the pitch was there that there was still a moment there for us to go and get the winner.
Funny old game, Kieran. About devastation last week with the Bournemouth goal coming so late, and then just a few days later for it to go in your favour. What's the mood in the dressing room like after that one?
No, it's fantastic, of course. That's football, and these moments are moments to cherish for everyone involved for the club. We've had a few go against us this year, of course, last weekend, but Brentford was a tough one in the 97th minute. But we've had plenty go for us in the last few years as well, so there's no violence for us as a football club. It's about doing the right things as often as you can, and we know, I've said it many times, if we do really well this year, if we do a lot of things right, then we'll be competitive in the games. We're not going to blow teams out of the water. So we're competitive every week. It means that the games are going to be decided on fine margins, and we just got to keep working really, really hard on every tiny little detail and bit of our of our game model, of our mindset, of our psychology that can turn the margins in our favour. And today, we came out on top of it.
There's no getting away from it. This is a significant result given where things are in the table.
Yeah, it doesn't. To be honest, Wolves, position or where they are doesn't mean that much to me at the moment. It's a significant result for us. We know we've been competitive in lots of games. We know we're doing a lot of good things, but we also know that we've probably left a few points out there this season, and we need to collect points. So it feels a really big win for us. I think any game we win in the Premier League this year is going to feel like a really big one for us. But of course, doing it in the manner that we did after the setbacks we've had over the last couple of weeks since the United game, really, that makes it feel even more significant and even sweeter.
Just a word on your match winner, Jack Taylor, who's had to bide his time for chances in the team, but he's always been ready when called upon, and you'll be pleased for him, won't you?
Yeah, the dressing room's delighted for him. I have to say, it's another fantastic story in the group. I spoke about him last week, but when you lose, these things get lost. But in reality, last week for me, stepping into his first start in the Premier League, having come from Barnet in the National League, the journey he's been on, his first competitive start for maybe 6 or 7 months, I don't know what it was, to perform how he did last week was incredible. It was a testament to him and to the group and how they work every day, and to the staff and how they work every day. To then be, not start today, of course he was disappointed. Jens is in fantastic form as well, and I thought played really well, so it's a great position for the squad that we've got two players, both doing really well in that role at the moment. But to, of course, as the top professional, top person he is, accept and understand that, and be ready today and come on and make the impact, was brilliant for him and brilliant from him. It's another player. I spoke about it during the week, but I think that's our fourth or fifth player now scoring in every division in English football. Fourth. I think there's 10 or 11 in history, and we've got 4 of them. So I think that's a testament and a statement to the group. It's obvious to anyone who wants to look at it. 6 of our starting team today were with us in League One 18 months ago. Jack Taylor, who comes on, scores a winner, was in League One 18 months ago. Ali Al-Hamadi, who comes on and helps set up the winner, was in League 2 10 months ago. So the group's been an incredible journey. Every single individual in there has got their story, and Jack's has a lovely moment in his story today. Thank you.
Phil. You loved the goal against Wolves as well.
Yeah. It was part of a tough decision today, because he did really well against Wolves last year. I know it's a different game, and we weren't going to read much into it, but he had played really well in that game, and yeah, he's a goal scoring midfielder. I can't say he doesn't score enough with his head, to be fair. We don't put him in a box that often, but he can head the ball, and he said to me on the pitch, I need to be in the box more for set players, and he's probably right.
Kieran, how does this squad compare now to the start of the season? Are they more comfortable, more streetwise, more mature?
Yeah, I think we've learned as we went along. Look, we signed a lot of players. I think we signed 6 of the players we brought in were in the last 2 weeks of the window, so players needed time to settle. If you look at maybe Darragh O'Shea, for example, came in really late in the window, didn't play the first 3 league games for us. So you can see now he's settled into the team. He understands our defensive principles. He understands our structure on the ball, and he's growing into the team as a leader. So I think naturally players that we brought in, have had more time to settle now into the team. I think when you look at, the boys who've been with us today, Harry Clark, Cameron Burgess, Leaf, Sammy, Wes, Connor Chaplin, I think those boys are adapting to the level in a way that is an absolute credit to themselves. So I think they've grown in confidence and also adapted to the level of the league. So I think the team's growing. It's easy to say it, to be fair, whenever you score a 93rd minute winner. I like the second half anyway. I thought we managed the game better than how we have in other instances whenever we've been 1 goal up. So it's nice to have the result to sort of to give evidence of it today. But I think the team and the individuals within it are growing as the season goes along.
Giving you optimism for the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think I've seen enough in the performances. We've been competitive enough in all the games to feel like we're on the right track in many aspects. It's not unlucky that we haven't won more games. We still want to own what we can own. We still have to try and improve. We still have to try and improve the players here. We still have to try and improve the squad in the next window. But I think when you're as competitive as we have been in almost every game, that takes a lot. And if you're competitive and you're in the game every week, then some are going to go your way, even by law of averages. And probably we haven't had enough of the tight ones go our way. So it's great that today we did.